Good afternoon, Speed Gaming, and welcome to Link to Best Randomizer League. Today we have a casual boost match between Shady Force representing the Eastern Skippers and Dante representing Perfect Unadulterated Gaming Squad. How's it going, folks? I am Wolfling0370, and my co-commentator is What's Up? And what's up? It is the conference finals here, but not the grand finals of our playoffs.
That is true, and this is definitely going to be one to watch. It's game 1 of 3. We do know that Pugs has gone undefeated pretty much the entire time. They've lost a few ones here or there, but been fairly dominant this entire time. Meanwhile, the Eastern Skippers, they've been fairly close neck and neck on everything, winning 2-3s or 3-2s and whatnot.
That's right, and for a full breakdown here for our playoffs, Pugs went against Team Heavy in round 1, went 3-1, and completely shut out Tile Roomies in the conference and rest of 3-0. Meanwhile, Eastern Skippers went 3-1 against Potato Pouch and 3-2 against Triple Crown Fiesta. And in terms of their open or group stage records, 11-3, I believe, for Pugs, and 9-5 for Eastern Skippers, which was a 3-way tie in their division for first. So we have some very high-skilled runners here as we get started. And this is Casual Boost. We have the standard world state. Now we do start with a sword and the boots, as you'll see, so we're going to start dashing. But you'll notice that we don't have a sword right now. That is because the standard world state has actually disabled our attack button until we talk to Uncle.
Just a quick execution match right now. That's all we got. Well, we've got bombs just to help kill things, since we don't need them to get to the back yet. Because we got.
And the moon pearl early too. Wow.
Being generous so far. Being generous.
It is indeed. And of course, bombs would be important normally in the standard world state because you can get those 3 items in the back of escape pretty quickly. But we have the boots, and that wall can just be dashed open. So, not really that big a deal, but can help with dealing with some of the more difficult guards. I surmise they're going to keep the bombs, though, for doing Kakariko checks.
Kakariko, or if they decide to do a South Shore loop, hit a Mold Worm Cave. We never know. We'll see how they decide to route it.
Wow, the hookshot too!
Wow. Okay.
Escape is giving them very nice items here.
Are we going to have early access? Maybe. Chat's already calling for a jet seed. We'll see.
Yes, we shall see indeed as we go through the green guard here. Dante, not getting quite a clean fight there as we get the vanilla small key, I believe. No, I believe that's the boomerang, never mind.
Correct, that's a normal boomerang chest.
We do need that small key in order to get through the dark cross room. And we should also mention this, there may not be a lamp here in the beginning if you are familiar with Link to the Past, but are not familiar with Randomizer. For that sake, and as a convenience to anyone who may not be too familiar with the Randomizer in general, the Randomizer does provide a free light cone. So, they won't have to worry about the dark rooms at all going into the behind the shrine.
Into the castle escape.
Yes, that part.
Right now, just like we were saying, a quick execution. Just like any other NNG, except you got a little bit of niceties of the boots.
Yeah, sub 5 escapes is very possible with boots. And that's being generous.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm not sure if our runners have checked the stun prize yet.
I want to say they have not, so we're still clueless as well.
Yeah, neither runner did the map check real quick, but doesn't matter too much right now. That is something you can do in the standard world stage. Just quickly check the map on your way to Hyrule Castle.
I believe most of these runners would probably do it right after they get out of the sanctuary.
Probably, yeah.
I guess. Bodied a little by the rat.
And Dancy could have got a little time back there, but unfortunately, the key wreck trolled him a little bit. Anyway, 3 items here in the back of Escape are another sword, 3 more bombs, and the bow. Wow! Wow!
We have Eastern cleared. Oh, no, we need a... No, we don't need a light. Never mind.
We technically need a fire source, but our runners are probably skilled enough to not need it.
Yeah, that's what I was debating. It was like, technically we need a light, but not with these guys.
And just slightly above 5 minutes there.
I guess chat's wanting to call out the fact that they're gonna not be Eastern skippers this time.
Oh, we don't know. It might be a pendant. They might just avoid it outright.
Everything right now is screaming, especially with it being a crystal.
Yeah, that is a triple crystal light world with 5-6, I believe, up in Hera.
I believe you're right on that one, but we'll have our tracker double check us.
Our tracker, by the way, is Lucine Grave. You can see his name down there in the bottom of the screen. Keeping those items up to date below the respective runners' feed.
Here we got our stun prize. And a crab check.
And an Aga check. Let's see what we got here. Heart piece.
Eat the heart. Era was the 5-6 crystal. Okay, so we're good there.
Yeah, so looking like we're not going to have to fight Aghanim at least today.
Not unless we get trolled by the rest of the items, but we'll see. We got plenty to check here between the forest and Kakariko Village.
Mushroom didn't go too far from home.
Yeah, no, it didn't, and that's a nice fetch quest. We'll see how that turns out for us.
Yeah, so about the only thing I can think of that Aghanim would be required for is to access East Dark World, or if we somehow don't get the hammer or the gloves.
It's possible, but we're only 7 minutes in. We've got plenty of time to see. But let's see what Blind's Hut has for us today. Piece of heart. Flips. Piece of heart. And a flute. Ooh, that's nice, conveniently placed.
It is indeed. And Flippers makes it very unlikely that it's going to be East Dark World locked, Aga. So it's just looking like if it's anything, it's going to be pure Dark World access.
I'm wondering if chat was not right with this being a jet seed, because it's being awfully generous right now.
Well, that's... In my own past experiences, the seeds have always been kind of generous, and then they make you do a single item hunt that takes up the majority of that time back.
Yep. That's normally how it trolls you.
Yep.
Just Ruby. Ale. Wow. Tempered already.
Tempered and Blue Mail. Wow, our runners are really well equipped.
Yeah, they've got probably all the safeties they're gonna need for quite some time. And 3 rubies short there on both sides. Alright, both runners have gone ahead and unlocked their fluting abilities for quick traveling over the world.
Yeah, now that we're having the burst is not going to be ideal, but they're going to most likely find a little bit more money here in Kakariko before they head out. Chicken Coop House, meanwhile... Hey, there's that money! Convenient, we needed just that amount of money.
See what our bottle vendor has, or if it's a scam as usual.
I'd say that's worth.
Hard. Yeah, I can't complain with that one. Not at this state of the run. Getting a lot of health here early in the seed.
Yeah, 5 hearts, blue mail, this early on is actually really good. But an early Temper Sword on top of all that is just the icing on the cake. They are pretty much set to fight any boss now, as we get another 20 rubies in the library.
And we're gonna go see what the race has. Just a green bottle. Are we grab it? Yeah, we are gonna grab it and go check Sick Kid. Alright.
Green Potion is also just good to have on in general, just as a nice backup in case we have to do, like, Fire Rod only Cold Stare.
Yeah, that would not be fun. But, like we said, right now we're just progressing and getting everything before we worry about Cold Stare.
Indeed. Flute to 3 to turn into the Sick Kid.
Oh,
No, Flute to 2 to turn into the Mushroom right away.
Oh, we're getting a little variance. We'll see both.
Alright, Sick Kid has the Red Boomerang.
It's a little bit more useful than the bombs.
I think that's debatable considering we already have the hookshot for stunning, but yeah.
It can be used for certain areas that the hookshot can't. That's beneficial. But let's enjoy our deviation continuation here.
You'll see what Agina has here in the meanwhile. And outside the dam, we have... Okay, sword money. Well, not quite enough, but a good chunk of it.
Yeah, it's a nice down payment for Zora. Then we're getting 50 bucks over on Dante's side, so that's a little bit more too.
Yeah, every little bit helps.
Definitely not wanting for bombs.
Alright. Mini Molten Cave, 50 rupees. The red mail, what the? Heart piece and 3 bomb. Okay, this seed. What the? What is going on?
Okay, we're getting a lot of precautions here early. What is about to drop? Ice Rod Cave. See how this goes. And we'll probably combo it with the Zora area. Maybe? At least I would think the water checks.
Meanwhile, hide their random landmine. So now they actually want to stay on low health here, which is kind of an interesting development. Because with the red mail, it's going to be really hard to do Death Warps unless they find that mirror.
Very true, unless you always find that one enemy that hits like nobody's business. Alright, what does our hobo friend have for us today?
Probably something good.
Half magic. Can't complain.
Not at all.
Okay, are we doing our Eastern? Yep, going Eastern.
Yeah, the equipment they've got is just screaming go to Eastern at this point.
Well, I said that like 5 minutes ago as well, and we've got more to just scream going that way.
True. They were focusing on the early checks though in the sphere logic, but we get it going here.
Agreed. A little hard, some rubies, ooh, and a Quake medallion. That might be beneficial.
Not checking a green pendant is, which is fine. We already know it's Dark World somewhere, we just don't know which dungeon.
See if Dante checks out that information, but looking like these two are doing fairly similar routing, just little divergences here and there.
Yeah, overall I like Dante's routing here a little bit more. He's not leaving himself as open to one-offs.
Well, if I was gonna say, I would say Dante's got a nice routing person that helps him with that kind of thing to help learn how to lay out doing checks, with having a partner of Andy who's won a couple of tournaments. It gives a nice help for routing and orphaning different places, I would say.
I mean, all three members of Pugs are just very strong, consistent runners. Not just in Randomizer, just in Link to the Past in general, I believe. So,
yes, I completely agree. And I'm not saying that discount the Eastern Skippers by any means.
no, absolutely not.
I can speak for what I've seen on Andy's side before on his multiple randomizer wins and whatnot. Right, so back to the runners at hand. What does the
Biggie just
does for us?
And this is going to be going to the backside here. I believe we did find the map. I know we found the compass, I want to say.
I want to say...
Actually... No, I don't think we found one of the dungeon items. So this is Shady Force just making absolutely sure that the last item, if it's here, is not in the back. Which is honestly a safe bet, and honestly a good one to take.
Definitely better than orphaning something in the middle of a dungeon you don't want to come back to. Right?
You could orphan that, I'd say.
Yeah, I agree, but you wouldn't want that weighing on your mind by any means. Right, now we get our dark rooms simultaneously, so please bear with us.
Yeah, this is one of the more trickier dark rooms here. I'd say it's on a rather intermediate level, the back half here of Eastern.
Yeah, it's just mainly finding that Igor in the dark that's a pain.
Yeah, and then navigating out. JD4 is opting to reset the room and get a heal here. Very nice heads-up play there.
But it does give Dante some time to catch up here. We'll see if that's gonna cost or if it's smart. We'll see. Like, Dante found the Igor with no problems, and he's out of there.
Yeah, a little bit of time given to Dante there, but a lot better than dying, so...
Completely agree. Better than having to warp all the way back, run, and lose all of that time. Just a few seconds to grab some safety and right back into the fight.
Honestly, well played on Shady Force in general, just to get out of that room without dying. If he isn't that much of trouble. Oh, getting bopped there, that threw out the rhythm for the quick kill.
Okay, we're running low on the Pharaoh, so I was worried about that. Alright, both of our runners getting their first crystal at just under 19 minutes. Now the question is, where do they go now? Dark or Death Mountain, or are they gonna do something else?
Death Mountain seems fine. Shady Force is gonna check Desert though, he hasn't done this yet. But Dante's gonna head up the mountain. And with the hookshot in play, Paradox Cave is available, so this makes a very high item yield play here for Dante. Going with the density, I can always appreciate that.
Completely understand. Then, you know, also getting your safe spot up on the mountain for future access. Okay.
Yeah, ultimately it's not a bad call.
Right, Dante getting out with his old man. We'll see what he has here shortly. Is it worth it? A piece of heart. Little love from Grandpa. Okay.
Yeah, not the greatest, but it can lead to a heal later if needed. Although, that said, if you're trying to Death Warp and you get that heal, not really a good thing.
Yeah, completely agree. I've seen that happen more than one time, and we find a blue meringue right there.
I've seen it. I want to say it's in the double digits now for me. Maybe even triple. I've done so many commentators, they all blend together.
Yeah, everyone's set up for one of the most infamous ones I see is down in Tower of Hera, where they're getting ready to do a death warp and then pop up and sank heart.
I think I see it more commonly in Pod with the Dark Maze.
The MSU's Dante's is RPG, I do believe. Super Mario RPG.
That's right, but we are listening to Shady Force, who I believe is using the Ghost Trick MSU. Game I have not played yet, actually. I believe it was a DS game. There's a glove, though, in Paradox.
There's
both gloves in Paradox!
Wow, okay. And we got the hover coming out from the Pug side of the team. Not a shock there. Okay, so that just extended everything we're gonna do here on the mountain, because we're gonna more than likely check the dark stuff here shortly. After we finish wrapping up Spiral Cave, I would imagine.
Yeah, just clean up the light Dark World checks here. Or light Death Mountain checks. Wrong word that starts with D.
That's fine, I did it earlier myself. Okay. Spiral Cave has just arrows for us.
What Super Running Cave have for us? So we're about to see here, I believe. This also gives an opportunity to check the pendant, or the medallion requirement, rather, for Eternal Rock if we can even do it. We can't obviously enter it right now. We don't have the cane, but maybe we can see if it's even available to be opened. Ooh! Green Pendant Mire, Pendant Skull, and Pendant TR. We could have a very late Fire Rod. And we could have a very late Cane of Samaria, even.
That sets up for a lot of troll right there, so I am really curious of how this is going to continue to play out for us.
I couldn't agree more. 20 rupees, and as well as another 20 rupees here in Super Money Cave.
Alright, what does Hookshot Cave have in store for us today?
Now, the odds of us missing Fire Rod or Cadence Maria before GT is actually very slim. Because of Ice Palace. If Bombos doesn't show up, we're going to need that Fire Rod to progress in the dungeon. And there's also key logic in place in Ice Palace that if the boss has a small key, the dungeon is logically locked by Samaria.
We saw that Turtle Rock is Bombo, so hopefully we do not see that. The only thing we got out of all of that, it seemed like, was a bag of powder, so we can check Magic Bat when we get our hammer. But I didn't see anything else come out of Hookshot Cave besides the powder. I did not see the medallion on.
I think it might have been quick, but it was too quick a check.
Like, I saw it. I tried doing it even on the replay, and I missed it there as well. Ether Misery Mire. Alright. Okay, so with all of the overworld pretty much open, where are we gonna go? Okay, King's Tomb.
Makes sense to me.
Looks like Dante's about to go into Thieves Town area, so let's get that pile of checks done.
Yeah, Village of Alchemist has a good few amount of items here. And then the Thieves Town dungeon itself has a few more.
That's what I was trying to think of, is Outcast Village. Vampire Skewer and a piece of heart from the chess game. Okay.
Well, the first prize is always random, but yeah.
Okay, looks like we've got Shady going for a Zora domain. Can't really complain about that. Got a cape. It's hard. Green goo from the fairy. Oh, and we get our lamp from the sea house.
Alright, well, Lamp and Dark World means it wasn't an Aga seed, so... Well, for anything else we need. And, yeah, no, Aga is just completely dead because Pot is Hammerlock Dungeon, so no fringe scenario in which we need to get a super bomb to get our hammer.
Alright, Scam Master, what do you have for us today? A big scam as usual. Alright. Thieves Town, I've seen 2 of the checks, and I've seen a map, and I think it was just a piece of heart, but I wasn't sure because I was trying to pay attention, mostly Shady. There's a piece of heart, definitively.
Well, we have 2 items in the front, at least, because we see the small key in Dante's inventory.
Right, and then there is the big key.
Alright. Dante gonna be entering the back of Thieves Town here. Where's Shady Force gonna be heading? Looks like Shady Force is going to follow Dante into the village of Actus and Thievestown area. So not much to talk about here as Dante's just walking to the basement of Thievestown. Shady Force is kind of just following his footsteps. Although I don't think we've seen Brewery. He gets a little bit of his money back. Ooh, that may not be good. And we're seeing a dig game here, so we are seeing some new stuff from Shady Force. As we enter the blind fight here, let's see if we can get a good scripted fight here. Looking good for phase 1.
The irony of digging up a shovel.
Yeah. Yeah. Meanwhile, perfectly executed blind fight on Dante's end.
It's just like trolling you on trying to get to you right there. Oh, we're gonna have you dig for a shovel.
So it looks like I don't recall seeing the map in that dungeon, or the 4th item. I want to say but we know one of them is going to be in the big key chest. Or the big chest.
Saw the map, so I think. Did we have a key left over at the end?
I just say we got all 4 items, so I'm going to trust chat.
Okay. I was thinking so, but I wasn't 100%. That was big chest, I think. Okay.
Meanwhile, Shady Force taking the frog on a world tour as he again enters Hype Cave. Legacy reputation, let's find out. I'd say reputation. I don't think the frog appreciates this win there, Shady Force, but whatever. Gonna be using the flippers to go to East Stark World. This is one of the few ways we could have accessed this region without the hammer. So just taking the long way around here. It's gonna really suck if we don't have the hammer available in this region either, because coming back here is going to be an absolute chore until we find that hammer. Pitch Reavers on the pyramid. It looks like Shady Force is going to extend this all the way to Catfish, just getting that that northeastern Hyrule finished. Whereas Dante's going to put some value into the shovel. Let's see if this pays out. Devil at a heart container. Catfish at 10 arrows.
Right, so all of our fetch quests so far have just been for nothing. Okay, gonna turn in our spreadsmith here, see what kind of gift he gives to us today. And some explosives.
Left over from their attempts to make a blast furnace, I'd say. And no hammer and no mirror to do magic bats, so just gonna move on. Probably gonna do purple chest now. Overworld locations are kind of drying up here. They might have to do a partial dip of a dungeon.
I was gonna say they might do a Skull Woods dip right here.
Make this to me. Do it before you do the purple chest. Maybe also sweep the graveyard area in Dark World. Oh, but they don't have mirror. Never mind. They won't do that. Maybe scout bumper ledge though. Although Shady Forest does have the cape. I forget if Dante found that.
The cave was part of his overworld check. Waterfall cave. Okay. Yeah, I knew it was part of the overworld checks that he had done.
Dante losing a little time here to the statue, which is just a little too far to the left, so he couldn't properly put pressure on the switch. Oh, there's the map. So there was 2 items in the front of Thieves Town. And Compass... Oh, there's another item in the big chest. Compass was in Blind Cell.
Okay, so I was miscounting on that. I wasn't sure if I had or not.
I also wasn't sure.
I haven't seen anything pop out of Skull Woods yet. There's 20.
One more item left in here.
And a key.
That at least will let him get out, so not too bad.
The mirror!
That's huge. So yeah, Graveyard or Ledge is definitely a likely transition now. It's kind of isolated him on Dante's route, and he can scout Bumper Ledge on the way there.
Looks like he's definitely doing it exactly as you were predicting. Bumper Ledge, piece of heart. So that's not even worry about. So having that cape isn't going to help Shady, unfortunately.
This does also give Dante access to the Swamp House, but I doubt he's going to go there without the hammer. He'll only be able to get one item out of it.
Well, you never know. It could be the hammer. I highly doubt it, but I've seen weirder.
True. Could be one of those seeds in which Swamp is blocking the hammer in some way. I think a more likely play is Hera, or maybe even Pod now, because we can full clear Pod. And Pod is one of... Actually, Pod and Hera are both our 5/6 crystals, so I would say those two are more likely candidates to get cleared next. But it looks like Dante's going to head over to Checkerboard Cave first.
Well, you gotta remember, you can't quite clear Pod without the hammer.
Right. He can full clear most of the dungeon, though. He just can't finish off Helmsor King.
Yeah, he can definitely see what most... Fire Rod!
That is a huge grace to find. Now, Dante can do the boss of Skull Woods, although there's no items, so there's no point. Could also do Ice Palace, but again, no hammer to go fight the boss, and there's a couple checks locked behind the hammer in addition to that. Now checking the back of Desert. Desert boss now with... I don't know, we had access to this with the lamp.
Definitely makes it a lot more doable, especially with this mirror making it easier. But let's see what happens here while Shady is finishing up his blind kill there. bringing our crystal count to 2 apiece.
Now, looking at items here... Oh, we have something big here. This is a hammer go mode, pending no Kane of Samaria shenanigans in GT.
Okay, does our big chest have anything, or is it gonna lead us to the right side?
It's gonna lead us to the right side. It has to lead us to the right side. The Lambolas can't have the small key.
I thought it could be locked inside of its own chest, though.
The Lambolas?
No, the small key for this side could be hidden behind it, I thought, but I could be wrong.
Oh no, I don't think it can be locked behind itself because the only other keys available are the ones on the way to Lambolas, and you can just use them there. So, key logic prevents that.
Fair enough. That was me misremembering things. Okay, happens all the time. And Shady gets his mirror and dipping out. No, they have not even touched Swamp Palace yet, so that is a viable check, though it's a trolley check.
Yeah, they only just found the mirror within the last 2 minutes, so it hasn't even crossed their minds yet, and will most likely be a last location regardless, because if you're going into Swamp Palace, you want the hammer, just to not waste time.
It'd be a fairly quick kill here on the land modes with the fire rod. 2 hits each. And down expertly.
Yeah, very clean in Moldor. I said Moldor. Lambolas! Why do I get the Worms bosses mixed up? I don't know why I keep doing that.
Hey, I get all the I ones mixed up, so it's... happens.
I also get those mixed up, too. Weird. Anyway, moving on. Let's see where Dante's gonna be heading next.
Looks like Hera.
Yeah, this is a full clearable dungeon, so makes sense. Only 2 items.
But still very quick when... especially having the hook shot.
Yeah, I can see Ice Palace after this because we have Fire Rod, Half Magic, and a Green Potion in reserve. So, very, very easy dungeon there. No Samaria, though, to do the Icebreaker. But we can just do the classic Ice Palace bomb jump.
Big key downstairs, so that's interesting.
And compass, so...
Is the downstairs gonna lock itself?
Possibly. Could also be locking an item.
Got a little problem. Oh, there we got the hair pot.
Yeah, getting the hookshot clip into the pot is not an easy thing, but getting it done really well. And Dante was just gonna rush the boss and then realize he's still missing items. There's the small key.
Well, we definitely got something in the basement.
There's one item. So, I believe we have not found the map yet. It's either on Moldorm or it's downstairs, the other item being in the other spot. Let's hope the item's here on Moldorm. And whichever sort, this should be a very quick and easy fight.
And 2
Yeah, because we just...
down.
Yep. Just completely bypassing his enraged phase. And unfortunately, it is the map.
Got an
Which means
item in the basement.
Yeah, so we'll see if Dancy decides to spend the time there or not. I mean, when you're one item from potential go mode, I say take the risk.
I would definitely. 'Cause right now, you kind of almost are feeling like, oh, Shady doesn't have his ice or fire rod yet.
Oh, yeah, he didn't do checkerboard cave right away.
But still a very nice Lando fight.
And Dancy's gonna be playing defense here.
Decided not to go for the break option. Decided to actually kill all the tiles himself.
Yeah, killing the tiles is a little bit faster. Still the way from them all to spawn, though.
Yeah. Alright, and Shady's gonna get his fire rod. And a shield. That's not the pledge we were looking for, but not a shock.
I mean, now all our equipment's red, so there's that, I guess.
True. Alright, so now I feel we're gonna go finish woods. Maybe. No. Probably purple chest.
Yeah, this is only purple chest.
I would, no, well, yeah, you can also do a magic bat combo as well.
Yeah, probably gonna do both.
Yep. Magic bat, what do you give us today? An arrow. Okay, we can go hunt vampires.
And what's purple chest? Huh? Oh, he's gonna go back to Dark World, I see. Yeah, routing in Caves, Alpha Grove, and all that other stuff. Okay, makes sense. Got a little confused there.
Yeah, I was as well. I was trying to figure out why he went right back to where he was. But yeah, that makes sense. Recover your portal, do all the checks.
Yeah, Dancy has the mirror, so this all makes sense here. Nice hook dash there to keep the item in tow. I need to learn how to do that. That looks really useful.
Gonna go with it probably is, since we're seeing it from these runners here, they wouldn't be performing something that wouldn't be useful. Alright, K45, just a piece of heart. Okay, I know we've already checked the shovel, but I don't, alright, we're gonna do the wrap around and pick the thing up over there.
Now, does Dancy dip swamp buys in the area? I don't think he does. Like, YOLOing the first chest of swamp for the hammer is kind of a last location play, or a desperation play. I don't think Danny's in that mindset just yet.
Oh,
But he's proving me wrong, okay. Consider be surprised.
Have ice when it's full clearable. Okay.
I mean, if there's something here, he's just gonna bail and then possibly go to ice or pod, one of the two. There is some merit to this. He's just covering his bases here, which is honestly a nice heads-up play. The seed's being really nice up until the last item here. So he's making sure there's no shenanigans.
Well, we'll definitely tell here shortly. Do we have shenanigery, or are we on for more mystery, Scooby?
In the mirror, just in case. Yep, nope, nothing here.
No Scooby snacks today.
Credit where it's ooh, good time to check that at least.
I completely agree. You're in there. You might as well knock it out. But are we going ice or are we going pod next?
This is looking like pod to me, basically still on the ground.
I agree.
Oh,
Good
nope.
Change.
Oh, this is floating island.
Yep. Nope.
No, what?
Maybe we'll just let him run.
Oh, he has to go around the long way, that's right.
Yeah. Wasn't sure.
So he's minimizing time in the water. Okay, yeah. I understand now.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure if he was going to mirror to ice or not. But hey, pod works too. A lot more density items here.
Yeah. Oh, 5 possible items here. Maximum they didn't get is 4. With the last one being on the boss. And no fewer than 4 small keys in the first few checks because of all the locked doors at the start of the dungeon.
Check number 1. Is it a key? Normally is. Not guaranteed.
Yeah, if this was not a small key, then we know this is a bow lock dungeon. Which didn't matter. We've had the bow since the escape sequence, which both runners had to do. Begs the question though: where's our second bow for those silver arrows? I suppose Ganon will give us a hint at the end.
If we don't find them in the process. Dante looking to... And gets the hover for the big key.
Nicely done. Shady, now with the fire rod in hand, here's also into pod.
Going straight to the big key chest for Shady.
Yeah, not too covered with the hover checks, but only 5 rupees there.
Alright, so I'm thinking that bottom one should be another key. Right, now we need to go do back of it by big key, or not big key, big chest and whatnot. The execution level that we're seeing at everyone here today is just showing why these two groups are in the conference finals for their each specific divisions.
That's right. And of course, we're not done after this. The conference finals are done. No, we have a grand finals to do as well. There is the ice rod. That is an item we do not want to see.
No, not at all. Though Bomba.
Although it doesn't matter.
As long as Bombos doesn't show up, we're still good. So.
Well, even then, the Hammer Key to Samori are both required to enter Turtle Rock. There's no way they can be in there.
True.
Hammer. No, actually, yeah, no, there's no way. So Turtle Rock's just completely dead.
Okay, and Dante, yep, he's just gonna walk around, do it normal. Get the seat backwards by Shady. Just piece of heart. So nothing really big so far out of pod.
A tank card even, it looks like.
Okay, so now that we've done that, we're doing ice now, or where are we going, Dante?
I think ice is the only dungeon they have left available to them. Flute to 8? Yeah, flute to 8. If it's not here, then... What location have we forgotten? I don't think we have forgotten anything. Yeah, Hammer has to be here, I think. At the very least.
Yeah, because I don't think it could be on Pyramid Ferry because of where the...
Yeah, no, Pod is blocking Hammer at Pyramid Ferry. Kane
Yeah.
could be there, but not the Hammer. And Turtle Rock is completely blocking anything else from being on Ped. Yeah, this is the only other location I can think of that we have not seen yet.
Magic Bat has been checked, and it was just money.
Front of Skull Woods had both items. Ether has not shown up to put Meyer into play. So yeah, ice is the only location left I can think of items. So we got bottlenecked eventually.
I can't think of anything else aside from ice. Alright.
Yeah, we've checked every single side quest as well, so this has to be the location. Dante even checked the shovel. I don't think Shady Force has yet, and I think he's on his way to do so. And Dante's saying, who needs to use bombs? Now, once again, folks, we are looking for that hammer to put us into a potential go mode here. However, with the fact that Samaria can lock the right side of GT, and that's a plot where the big key can be, it's not a true go mode until we have Kane of Samaria or confirmation that the GT big key can be acquired without it. And even then, Ice Palace here could just be logically key locked behind Kane of Samaria. Which means we'd have to go to a hammer-locked dungeon to get it. And it looks like it's Ice Tea Room. I think that's our only location left in Logic. Well, actually no, the whole
We
left
can
side.
You can still do the big chest as well.
True, true.
Yeah, iced tea is looking like it's gonna have something for us.
Yeah, this is very much a sort of Schrodinger's go mode, I'd say. Like, we could be in go mode, but at the same time, we could be on a roundabout path, logically. I don't think we can get around the fact that the hammer's in here, though. Whether or not we still need the Cane of Samaria is still to be determined.
We should know here shortly once Dante gets through this room again.
Yeah, Dancy's heading down to do left side.
Again, showing that bombs are not needed.
Yeah, all you need to do is hover.
Of course, and when you have somebody like Andy to teach you how to do it, you're gonna learn it. Since he's one of the better hoverers that I've seen in the game.
I mean, even if I wanted to learn how to hover, I'd probably still not do it because I care about my controllers.
Well, fair enough. I think Andy says he goes through a controller regularly. Right
There it
there's
is.
our hammer.
Alright, not go mode yet. We could potentially need the Cane of Samaria in this dungeon or even in GT.
Wagnet. Okay, let's go see what Argus has for us. Besides from a crystal, obviously. Or wait, not Argus, Cold Stare.
And I don't think right side Ice Palace has been checked yet either. We didn't have the hammer until just now to check to see if there's an item there.
I'm pretty sure Dante's full clear. Nice.
Couldn't remember if we found map compass yet. But oh my! That puts a wrinkle in the logic. That small key means that Ice Palace was Samaria locked.
Interesting. So where's Samaria then?
It's probably hammer locked.
Could it be Thieves Town? Big chest?
So it could be. Could be on the boss of Pod. Could be in Swamp Palace. This is looking like it was a logical double dip of Ice Palace, which honestly is kind of bad.
Alright, Dante's gonna go clean up Palace of Darkness. Don't blame him on that one.
So to explain how the Ice Palace key logic works, basically in vanilla you have to do this huge roundabout path. And in the event point you use all the small keys. The last one, of course, to open up the crystal switch, which is the catalyst to solving the big puzzle, to opening that door right there, in fact, on Shady Force's screen. Because Colster has that small key, you can't do the puzzle. So you have to use the key of Samaria to put the weight on this pressure switch, without using any glitches. So this dungeon is locked by Cane of Samaria as a result.
That just makes things a little bit more interesting, but still trolly. Okay, so where are we gonna find that Samaria, or are we?
Well, it's not going to be in GT. Honestly, I'm thinking it's Swamp. Swamp is a total of 6 items. That's where the most dense item check would be.
Well, that makes a lot of sense.
Now, here's the bigger problem. Because we know that Samaria is logically required to beat Ice Palace, it could also, by extension, mean we needed to logically beat GT, and thus the big key is on right side. Now, granted, there's 22 chests in the basement of Ganon's Tower. Very likely it's not in one of those 5 checks over there. But there is still a chance.
You don't want to orphan them. Okay, Dante almost entire pod ahead right now. I can only imagine he goes to Swamp after this.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if our runners kept checking locations just to make sure the Cane of Samaria is in their possession. They are both very well versed in this randomizer. They know what a small key on Cold Stare means. Architator on Helblesor King, so it's not here. Hammer Pegs. Big chest of Thieves Town. The entirety of Swamp Palace. I think that's all of the hammerlock checks that we have still.
And we don't have a way into Misery Mire, so that's off limits. Same with Turtle Rock.
Turtle Rock is completely off the table because you need the Cane of Samaria to even enter the first, get past the first room.
We don't have Bombos either, so that's why I was saying that.
Yeah, that is also the case. No Ether for Misery Mire. So yeah, go into Swamp Palace here. This is one of the highest density plays left.
Not to mention it's our last crystal as well. So
Yeah, we'll most likely be going to the GT and hoping it's just in there, but no, it can't. What am I saying? It can't be in there. We're just gonna hope for a GT big key that's available without Canis and Mario.
let's just see if we get trolled by Samaria or not. Almasaur goes down fairly quickly for Shady. Well, we got Dante starting back into Swamp.
The only way I can see them potentially even... The worst case scenario is they just assume that they don't need Canis and Mario, but they need it anyway, and thus that kind of forces themselves into doing a double dip at GT. It's not going to be a forced double dip at least, but it could be... it could happen just from their routing decision.
Emmer was in iced tea room.
I believe it was the
Freezer
freezer
room,
chest, actually,
sorry.
yeah.
Yeah.
But regardless, it was an ice palace.
Yeah. Okay, what kind of tricks do we have here? Okay, it looks like Dante is just gonna go mode this.
You might check diver down chests.
I don't see why not, they're right there.
Big key and 10 arrows. Yeah, no, I agree with Dante checking a chest here, because if the Canis Amari shows up, then you're safe. Unfortunately, it's looking like it's not available in the back here.
So the question is, do you go hunting for it, or are we just gonna GT it? Give him casual boots. We're hour 6 in. Haven't seen anything from your partner. I would say you might risk it and do a GT play.
I agree. Honestly. It's 5 items, and you've narrowed it down to 3 or 4 locations. So it's not going to be that big a deal if your gambit doesn't pay out. We do have the mirror and the flute, so we can just get back to those locations fairly quickly.
The big problem would be Jamestown Big Chest and all the ones we skipped here in Swamp, but
Swamp is not going to be that bad to come back to. The used to have Big Chest is going to be, just because that's basically redoing the like 3/4 of the dungeon. But in both scenarios, they have the mirror.
right, since we're pretty sure Dante's going that to Gannon Tower, let's go ahead and our chat's already gotten started with our game of guessing which chest we do believe the big key would be in, 1 through 22.
Now, folks, I should point out that Tile Room and Compass Room are Samaria locked here for that poll. So, if you want this seat to be exceptionally rude, you want to put your points there. But other than that, let's hope and see what we got here. Yeah, so we have 22 chests in Gannis Tower, only one of which can have our big key. We are hoping it's not right side here for the sake of our runner's sanity. So, give us an error chat or vote on the channel here on Twitch. Just to see which where you think it's going to be.
Right, make sure you go ahead and continue to wrap those up while Dante makes his final approach to GT. Go with Shady getting his final crystal as well. Alright, here we go. Let's see what we have.
Alright, starting with the Hope Room. ₹20. Map.
Those are yeah, I can't think of the word right now. Have anything? Nope, just 20 rubies.
Torch is off.
That's
Moving on to Stalfos. Three bombs. A small key. Really, just 5. Number 6 is more bombs. 7 is another small key. We're moving on to the map chest. Only 3 bombs.
Now the question is, Shady Force gonna make any kind of desperation plays here?
Onward to Fire Snake chest. Only 10 arrows. And now we're on to the randomizer room. And for those who are watching this on YouTube, this is the highest voted item for the prediction at 26% here. So we'll see if this is correct. 10 arrows, the Book of Adora, the Gold Sword, and 5 rupees. Not correct this time.
It's getting spicy. We're running out of places to check.
Yeah, we only have the Ice Armos and the chest above them.
Oh, don't forget about Bob.
You never forget about Bob.
Right, Bob's chest. What do we got today?
It is just our compass. Oh boy. This could be very unlikely. Here we go, Ice Armos.
Alright, we've got 3 more checks to go. Check 1, Ruby. Check 2, Ruby. Check 3, Ruby. Oh boy, we're going looking.
It's a right side GT.
Alright.
Whether it's compass room or tile room, someone's gonna earn a lot of points.
Okay, so yep, might as well check that since we're right here. I completely understand that check. Just bombs. Okay. Are we going to the next tablet, or are we going...
I mean, the Book of Adora shouldn't lead to anywhere, should it?
You got the last tablet with the Bombos one, and...
Well, GT is locked behind Samaria.
Yeah. I'm just saying the book could get you onto Samaria, but...
How can it when we need the Cicada Samaria to get our crystal out of Ice Palace? Logically.
Logically, but... How are we supposed to... Yeah, it's not... You're right, it's not going to be on there. Because we wouldn't have been able to get it. So... Swamp Palace? Left side.
That's the boots replacement. That could be anywhere, so... No wait on that item.
Looks...
Or was that our sword replacement? I don't remember.
I think Dante's doing Swamp, but I could be wrong.
No, this is looking... Ooh, where is he going? Super Bomb.
Yup. Pyramid Fairy, gotcha. And Shady's about to find out he needs to go on some excursions as well. Okay, so where does Sadie head off to? Straight to Spike Cave. We have not seen that from Dante.
Now, as a reminder for those who are asking, our 5-6 were Tower, Hera, and Pod. So this is a viable location for Arcanus Amari to show up. Spike Cave is also a viable position, and there it is!
Oh wow, that
absolutely huge find there for Shady Force.
That
just turned this race on its head.
That just swung it all to Shady right now. And there's Bombos. Oh, that's not going to do anything for us. Because you don't have a Samaria. Okay. Dante, where are you off to now? Looks like Thieves Town Big Chest.
That is randomizer luck in a nutshell. Shady Force getting bailed out by Spike Cave. Shady Force having no invisibility but has actually, no, wait, he has invisibility. He has the cape. He has the cape from Waterfall Fairy. Dante, meanwhile, does not.
No, but he's got enough hearts to be able to just tank straight through it.
Yeah, Shady Force also has that. I don't think he's gonna tank it though. Oh right, Dante doesn't have it. Yeah, you're right. I'm being a little bit derpy there. Sorry. I mean, you might find Kate to burn it down here. Alright, so final checks here, folks, on that poll.
Is it gonna be 22 is the question.
For those watching in the YouTube side again, this was a combined 3%, with Compass Room being 2% and Time Room being 1%. And highest was Map Room. Which, I was the only one to put points in, admittedly. There it is, Big Key in the Compass Room. Unfortunately, due to how the just joining this was, I've lost count.
I think it was 17, but I'm not sure.
I believe it was just 18, actually. 19, 20, 21, 22.
Okay, yeah. I was one off. My bad.
And that should be a very big payout there for those channel point predictions here on the Twitch side of things.
He's doing his check next. Where is he off to? Looks like he's doing Swamp.
Yeah, Dante's following the density, and this is a solid strategy to do when you're one-item hunting. And unfortunately for Dante, Spikey is not even remotely in his mind because he doesn't have invincibility, I think. But at the same time, that was just such a Hail Mary play from Shady Force. Well done. All right, so ascending GT here. Very clean wizard rooms here. Dante, meanwhile, finding the 4th bottle. And I think 3 of them had bees in them, mind you. But it's going to continue checking ice or swamp house here to little effect. Maybe we'll find the silver arrows here in ice palace though. I said ice palace again, didn't I? I meant swamp. Anyway.
Eventually. Likely checking this last check. See if it has silvers. It does not.
Nope, just 20 rupees. More stagnant 2 for Shady Force. Nice double digits starting things off.
Another 2.
Triple double. Very nicely done. And it is time for Shitty Force to fight the pig.
Hopefully we got our spit roast ready.
10 bomb back meanwhile for Dante. And only 5 rupees.
Dante, gotta be running out of checks. It's gotta send you to Death Mountain. He never found Quake because that would have sent him to Misery Fire.
Yeah, we never found Ether. Anyway, Ganon fight here is pretty straightforward here. Just 6 slashes or spins with this gold sword, and they'll just speed through the faces, no problem. Now that'll be 12 spins to wrap things up here for Shady Force. Ganon is vulnerable just after he begins his teleport animation. You can sort of see it the vulnerability period when he raises his arms up.
Where's our hint for Turtle Rock? No.
Yeah, we were getting those. Yeah, you might see Ganon's hands raised up here. That is the vulnerability window for getting the Silverlet's hits in. It is a very small opportunity to strike, but thankfully the spin attack lasts so long, we can hit that pretty consistently. And getting up some nice triples here, so possibly one more candle lighting cycle here, and that should be all road here for Shady Forest. Ladies and gentlemen, in chat for Shady Forest. What a lucky comeback that was.
That is what we always are wanting for in these kind of games, is just massive swings to give us some kind of excitement. Alright, and that we've got ourselves our first game champion. Well, game winner, sorry.
And there we go. We have a 123.10 and a forfeit from Dante soon to follow. But GG's to him all the same. And we are now joined by one of our 2 runners here. I believe... I have to get the Discord open. Hang on.
The Shady Force.
It is Shady Force. GG's to you, Shady Force. Well done.
Yo, thanks. It sounds like it was a fairly uneventful, smooth win on my part. It sounds like everything was going Well, from the start, there was no hiccups at all.
Everything was fairly even. You were slightly behind until you found that Samaria, and then it just broke everything open.
And we also know by Dante, Jesus, you,
Yo,
and a
GG.
very good effort from both of you. It just came down to Samaria.
Yeah, GG Shady. It was a good race. I how often do you leave GT? And like, I don't know. I panicked a bit and was like, I don't know, what do I do? So me and Shady were talking in the race room, and apparently the Cold Stare logic or Ice Palace logic was showing that Kane couldn't be behind GT. I paid like zero attention to what Cold Stare dropped because I was like, all right, what dungeons do I have left? Because the mishap in Ice Palace really got me rattled, where I got stuck on right side, and I was like, well, if we go in again, we waste more time, but we're probably already dead. So I wasn't really sure how to feel.
Yeah, like for me, Spike Cave was the obvious next check. I knew it couldn't be Ether Tablet, but after that, I had no idea where I was going to go. I had a bunch of terrible places left. Most of them hammerlock things, like hammer pegs, or left side swamp, or things like that. You know, so if it wasn't Spike Cave, I could have been anywhere, and I don't know where I would have gone. I hadn't even decided at that point.
Yeah, I think like the last time I've had a seed do this to me that wasn't like, key sanity looking for the GT big key. It was in Pyramid Fairy, and that was like 2018 when that happened to me last. So I was like, let's go do that. Like, because that just makes sense. But anyway. It's okay. I feel like I played good. Happy for Shady. GG's to them. And yeah, we'll see if we can bounce back tomorrow.
Looking forward to it as well. And there were a few pretty interesting moments here. The early game, for one thing, was just phenomenal, just giving you so much gear right out the gate. And then, of note, the shovel game digging up your own shovel.
Yeah, I guess that did happen.
I didn't even notice that actually. Yeah.
I mean, in hindsight,
and then I turned it in, but I missed where it was.
Yeah, I didn't even. I don't know. I didn't laugh at that at all.
Yeah, probably if I was watching the race, I'd probably find it amusing. But in the race, I'm just so like focused on like, what am I gonna do next? Where's the play? What's the right thing to do? Where's Dante gonna go? I want to do the opposite. You know, that kind of thing.
That's honestly understandable. Well, we did find it humorous up here in the booth at least. But yeah, this was just, you had red mail and red sword within the first like 10 minutes of the scene, which is nuts.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's nice to have lower percent. I'll feel like maybe in some edge cases I might have an advantage, with that. But against Shady, it's kind of like it doesn't really matter what equipment loadout we have. We're not, playing some crazy mode. It's casual boots, so like getting it makes it comfy, I guess, like down the line. But having low equipment or like really nice equipment really didn't make too much of a difference early on, I guess.
Yeah, no, it did not seem to matter too much at all on the grand scheme of things. And we see now that Pedestal was only just some explosions, which thankfully didn't come into play at all, considering that it was, regardless of how the logic went, and you could not enter Turtle Rock at all. And unfortunately, that's where the silvers were. So I guess blessing in disguise that our other bow was just handed to us for free.
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
Like when you haven't done any of Meyer or Turtle Rock, I've probably, arguably, maybe I shouldn't even have been opening chests in GT looking for silvers. I don't know if it was a 90% play, because at that point they probably were just sitting in TR. But
we don't even know where Ether was. We found Bombos at the very end there. I believe Dante found it in one of his checks.
Yeah, I forgot where I got it. I remember getting it. I just knew it wasn't Kane. So, like, I was beelining in my head, like, I just need to see the Kane pop up. I just need to see the Kane pop up. And then when I saw the done, I was like, what the heck? And then I asked Shady, and right as like Shady saying Spike Cave, I was kind of thinking, oh yeah, like that's just right there. But yeah, not having Kate, like skipping that area and forgetting about it for a while too, like after the fact, just really bit me. But yeah, I'm assuming, I'll watch this back, I'm assuming it was close enough, and I had that mistake where even if I'd have gone there, Shady probably would have been ahead.
It was pretty close, all things considering. I think you were both in GT at the same time, even, so it it did come down to that one. It just came down to which decision you decided to check next for Mario. And I think Shady Force at least was influenced a little bit more because he did have the magic cape, which he found at Waterfall Cave.
Oh yeah, it totally makes sense for Dante not to do Spike Cave because the cape and Burna, from his perspective, they're very likely to be in Turtle Rock or at the top of GT or right side GT. So it's not unlogic. So it kind of makes sense for him to ignore it. From his perspective, it's just unfortunate.
Yeah, at that point, I kind of figured that, you know, Waterfall, Zora, something like that had Kane. Like, what, you know, that was kind of like one thing I was worried about. And I was like, if I double back to those, I'm probably, you know, already dead. So let's not do it and pray.
I guess in a way they did have Kane, so.
Yeah, they did, just indirectly. I really wanted that hammer, like, you know, since I wasn't in go mode, I wanted hammer to lead to the next piece. You know, that was kind of why I was like, let's not go back in the swamp just yet. Let's go, you know, see if the book's something. Because, like I said, I wasn't paying attention to that cold stare key logic. So.
Yeah, I felt so bad when I got to the hammer, like because I had done pretty much everything else before ice, so I felt like I was way behind there. So I guess it's reassuring to hear I wasn't that far behind. You probably cleared an awful lot as well before ice.
Did you get mirror on first trip or like a later trip?
A later trip. I didn't get mirror.
Okay.
So
yeah, I thought you may have gotten that sooner than I did. I got it, I think, second time I went to the area.
I'm a Dunka denier. I don't believe in Dunka.
I mean, I'm usually a Dunka, like, you know, activist, I guess, but I was like, you know, Shady's probably not gonna do this, so I don't need to waste time against this guy.
Yeah. And it's okay to skip Skull here because you have Flute and Mitt, so it's so quick to get back to.
Oh yeah.
But that's why you end up never doing it, you know, sometimes.
Yeah, there's just so much you can do.
Cave, you know, they're the place you want to go to, but Skull is just sitting there with the mirror, as usual.
It's either mirror or mitts, right?
Dunka's usually right, goddammit.
Well, GG's again to Shady. Thank you guys for doing the commentary and the tracking on this. Looking forward to the races tomorrow. Should be a good watch. I can kind of kick my feet up and sweat it out with the rest of the non-players.
Yeah, exactly. We can put our feet up now and get the popcorn out for these races. This should be good fun. GG's again, Dante, and thanks for covering it, fellas. And yeah.
Well, thank you for the particularly exciting race.
Future.
Yes, again, thank you, GG's. Just a heads up, tomorrow at 4:10 p.m. Eastern Time, we will have Game 2.
I'm seeing 2:10.
Yep, sorry, 2:10 p.m. I was putting it into... Sorry, I was thinking it was in my time zone. 2:10 p.m., sorry, for Game 2, which is Area versus Doc Marty. Then at 7:10 p.m., we have Game 3, which is Andy versus Zelga. So definitely look forward to these games tomorrow, and make sure you tune back in so we can see our conclusions.
That's right, and just to clarify something here, those matches, the Area versus Dr. Mario is our Wisdom match, which means it is Pseudo Boots Crosskeys, and Andy and Zelga Design are our power players, and they have chosen to play hard mode Randomizer. So look forward to those. Restream is currently to be determined on those. Make sure to follow our two runners as well, Shady Force and Dante, putting out an excellent race for us tonight. Also, make sure to follow SpeedGaming and SpeedGaming 2 through 6 so you don't miss any racing action, not just the Link to Fast Randomizer League. Also, make sure to follow our tracker, Lucy and Greeth, and of course, my co-commentator, What's Up. But for all of us here at the Link to Fast Randomizers League, I have been Wolfling0370. You can drop me a follow too if you so desire. And we shall see you all next time, and thank you for watching. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. See you later.